Quest 3 is coming out very soon, but some of you still have a lot of questions about it. So today, I'm going to answer some of your most commonly asked questions. I've used the Quest 3 for about an hour at MetaConnect and the New York Quest demo, so I've got a bit of an idea of how the Quest 3 works and feels, along with some additional info that's been shared recently as well. So let's dive in. So the biggest question I've been getting, does the Quest 3 run old Quest 2 games? And the answer is yes, definitely yes. The Quest 3 is all backwards compatible with Quest 2 and Quest 1 games, so all your existing games will be able to work on the Quest 3. And they may even work even better on the Quest 3. Because of the Quest 3's improved graphic processing, a lot of games are being optimized to run even better on the Quest 3. And a lot of game developers have been sharing teasers of what the graphics look like in comparison to the Quest 2. And when I got a chance to try Red Matter 2, this was seriously mind-blowing. It looks so good, and it makes me very excited about what graphics potential the Quest 3 can unlock. So yes, the Quest 3 can run all your old games, including Gorilla Tag, so many of you guys asked about that, and including Beat Saber. It will run Beat Saber as well, and it should be able to run all mods as well, but it will be up to the modders to make sure all the mods are still compatible with the Quest 3. So the next big question is, how is the battery life on the Quest 3? Well, I haven't tested this out in any depth. The website does say that it's going to be about 2.2 hours, which is essentially the same as the Quest 2. So unfortunately, same amount of battery life, but the pro is, I guess we have a smaller form factor, but for now, same battery life. I got one question that asked, do you need a PlayStation 5 or a computer to run the Quest 3? And the answer is no. The Quest is a completely standalone headset. It's its own little gaming console, so you don't need a computer, you don't need a PlayStation or any console. You run everything straight on the headset. But you can connect it to your PC if you want to play PC VR games. Default strap or Elite strap? I did try the default strap for a little bit when using the Quest 3, and it's definitely an improvement. It's got a new Y strap design similar to the original Oculus Rift. The straps are adjustable, so you can move them further out or closer together. The comfort is definitely better, but long-term play, I think I will definitely be getting a different head strap because I find most head straps uncomfortable, and with this one it's better, but it still hurt my head a bit after a while. What are the best games to play on Quest 3? Well, I haven't tried too many, but from what I did play, I think when you get your Quest 3, you definitely have to try out some mixed reality games. I did try BAM, which is a really cool multiplayer game, so if you have other people in your household that have a Quest as well, this will definitely be a really fun one to try. I haven't tried Lego Brick Tales, but some other people did and they said it's really good, so I think that one's gonna be really cool. Oh, and Smash Drums are doing a mixed reality mode as well, and I think that's available now, so I really want to check that one out because it looks awesome. There's also a few others like Laser Dance, which I'm really excited for, where you have to like move around your room and dodge lasers. I tried it really briefly at MetaConnect and it was really cool. But in terms of non-mixed reality games, I think any game that has graphics optimization is going to be really cool because I think it'll be definitely worth jumping back to those games to see the improved graphics. Should I get the Valve Index or the Quest 3 for PC VR? So I got lots of questions from people who only use their VR headset for PC VR gaming, as in plugging it into a PC, and I think it's entirely up to you whether you think it's worth upgrading. The big advantage of the Quest 3 for PC VR gaming is the improved resolution and the pancake lenses. They definitely are very nice, very crisp. So I think you'll really only be upgrading for the sake of the resolution, which can be worthwhile because it'll make everything look so much better. But also there's other headsets available which may be a better fit, like the Pico 4. I know a lot of people use that for PC VR gaming. But in terms of whether you should get the Valve Index or not, I don't know if I recommend that headset anymore. Like, it's still a great headset, I still love it, but it's just becoming more and more outdated. Like, the resolution is just so much lower than what's available on the market right now. I personally really love my Big Screen Beyond headset. I recommend looking into one of these if you are interested in getting a Valve Index, or if you want to upgrade from a Valve Index or a HTC Vive. The resolution in these is insane. I love it, and it's really comfortable. But this is my current recommendation for PC VR gaming at the moment, but it's not cheap. These are kind of pricey, and you do need to also have like the Vive Lighthouse trackers and some sort of Valve controller as well. So while this is an amazing setup, it's also very expensive, but I do recommend it. Is the tracking better on the Quest 3? Now, this is something that I couldn't really test out 100% and will be something I'll be testing in full detail in my full proper Quest 3 review. But in my demo time, I only played like a few kind of games and a few rhythm games, and there was so much going on I couldn't really test the tracking, but there were no moments that I was like, oh, I lost tracking. So, because with the Quest 3, they're no longer using the tracking rings like on the Quest 2. Also, for Beat Saber players who do a claw grip, I think you're gonna have to find a new type type of play style. And they also didn't go the Quest Pro route. So these are the Quest Pro controllers, and they have cameras built in which can improve tracking. So they didn't go that way either. So the Quest 3 controllers use a mixture of inside-out tracking, and also they're using this new AI feature which tracks the controller and your hands. So fingers crossed that it runs really well. I got a question asking about, are the lenses blurry? So with the Quest 2, there's a few restrictions on it that can make it blurry if you don't get the comfort quite right. The lower resolution can make things look a bit blurry, but with the Quest 3, because we got improved resolution and the pancake lenses, which are a lot crisper, we're gonna see a lot more clarity. But the big thing is that we have a manual IPD dial. So with the Quest 2, you can only adjust the lenses 3 different distances away from your eyes, which may not fit everyone, but on the Quest 3, there's a little dial on the bottom, so you will be able to adjust the lenses exactly where you want them, which should help improve clarity and take away from any blurriness. I got a lot of question around audio and Bluetooth, and with the Quest 3 speakers, I didn't really get a chance to fully test out how good the audio was because I was in a very loud environment, I had people talking to me, so I had the volume down quite low. I'll definitely feature that in my full Quest 3 review. But in terms of the Bluetooth, I believe it's using the same tech as the Quest 2. I couldn't find anything official about what kind of Bluetooth they're using, but I think Bluetooth tech does have a problem of that there's always going to be a delay if you're using like earbuds. You can get different earpods that have like a USB receiver that plug into the Quest, so that might be a better option for you, and there's a few like cheapish ones around that work pretty well. Another question I got was around the charging dock and whether it charges your controllers. So I absolutely love the charging dock, and I did get some hands-on time with the charging dock, and we did discover that the charging dock comes with rechargeable batteries. So you will need to switch out the batteries to the rechargeable ones from the dock. So when you slot it in, it will charge wirelessly, which is really cool. And it does look like it works with different head straps and different wrist straps as well. I really love the active straps that Meta are making as well. My favorite thing is you can adjust the tightness of the wrist strap to whatever you want. One of my big problems with a lot of the Quest 2 straps is that they have like a limit on how tight you can have them, but really stoked that these active straps have like full adjustment for tightness. And the battery strap on the controller now has a physical latch, so you won't accidentally slide off the battery strap when you're playing games as well, which I did all the time. So really happy that Meta have been taking on feedback and have implemented changes into this headset, because that drove me crazy. Someone asked, is it heavy? And as far as I know, I think it's the exact same weight of the Quest 2, but it does feel considerably lighter. Like when I picked it up, it definitely felt lighter, and I'm like, wait a minute, this can't be the same weight. However, they've distributed the weight. They've definitely made a big improvement, and wearing on your face feels a lot lighter as well. But technically, same weight, but feels a lot lighter. I got a lot of questions around people asking whether they should go the Quest Pro or the Quest 3. And hardware-wise, the Quest 3 is going to be better in a lot of ways. It's going to have better resolution, it's going to have better graphics processor, have better full color pass-through cameras, and it's going to be cheaper. So all those things make the Quest 3 a better option. The only reason you would buy a Quest Pro would be for eye tracking. So the Quest Pro is the only Meta headset that has eye tracking, and a lot of people love that stuff for like VR chat or like social games. And unfortunately, there's not a lot of games that use eye tracking, but if that's a really important feature for you, the Quest Pro may be a better option. Meta did announce though that the Meta Quest 3 is getting some body tracking features though, which may be of interest, where the AI estimates where your legs are. So not quite eye tracking, but if you are looking to get like a full body experience in games like VR chat, this may be of interest. I don't know how well it works, but hopefully it will tick a few boxes for people who play a lot of VR chat. I got a few questions around whether to get the 128GB version or 512GB version. Usually I find the 128GB version more than enough. I used the 128GB version for years, but I did upgrade to the bigger one because I usually like test out a lot of games for developers, so I tend to install a lot of games. So it really depends on what type of person you are and also what games you're playing. A lot of the bigger games like Red Matter 2, Walking Dead, all that kind of stuff have quite large download size. I think to download Red Matter 2 on the Quest 3 is 9.1GB, but that still leaves tons of room for other stuff. So I think you can definitely have quite a large games library on your Quest 3 before it gets full. But if you're someone who likes to download lots of big games and have them all there all the time and don't want to delete them, maybe the upgrade's worth it. But usually I find 128GB is fine. So I think that pretty much sums up a lot of the questions I got about the Quest 3 for you guys. I got so many questions about it that I just wanted to make a dedicated video. I was trying to reply to everyone's comments and I'm like, oh, maybe I'll just make a video. So I hope you guys guys found that helpful. I'm personally really excited about the Quest 3. Like, I love VR, so I'm always gonna be excited about the next big thing. And I especially love the mixed reality, full color pass-through stuff. I'm such a fan of that stuff, and I can't wait till other people get to experience it, because they always say you don't know how cool it is until you try it. And I think the improved resolution, the improved graphics processing is gonna make the VR gameplay experience just so much better for people. But again, I know it's a lot of money. So if you're upgrading to the Quest 3, I think it really has to be up to you whether you see value in those extra features or not. I think people will enjoy those extra features, but again, I know it's a lot of money for some people. But I'm hoping to get my hands on the Quest 3 really soon. I plan to do a full in-depth review for you guys, so let me know in the comments if there's anything specific you really want me to test. But I'll be testing Gorilla Tag, I'll be playing Beat Saber, I'm testing tracking, battery, graphics quality, comfort, all those things. So I'm excited to get my hands on one and put it to the test. But thanks for watching this video, I appreciate your support, and I'll see you next time. Bye!